Hello, welcome to News Update with Maryam. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're watching on YouTube or if it is on any social media platform. Kindly remember to follow and also share this particular post with your friends. On YouTube, remember to click the notification button so that you will get notified when I put up a new post. Now, this particular update is about Nigerian news. So, yes, mostly situations happening in Nigeria. So, kindly do repost and also share it with your friends and family members so that they can know as events unfold in Nigeria. Let's start with this particular one. It's from the Punch website, and the headline reads 2026 budget twist. MDAs inject 3.5 trillion naira new projects despite federal government freeze. Now, in case you don't know, the federal government did talk about the fact that they are just going to work on 2025 capital projects. About 70% of it were transferred or deferred into the 2026 budget. So this particular injection, is it going to cause the twist or not? Well, we really don't know. But let me give you a little detail about that particular situation. There are at least 3.50 trillion naira new projects in the proposed 2026 budget, according to an analysis by the Punch. This is despite earlier budget preparation guidelines that directed ministries, departments, and agencies to carry over 70% of their 2025 capital allocation into 2026 and avoid introducing new capital projects. Figures collated from the 2026 appropriation bill show that new project entries amount to 844.49 billion naira across MDAs, while the total rises to 3.50 trillion naira when service-wide votes are included. Wow. That's a whole lot. Okay, so away from that headline from the Punch newspaper, moving on to another one. And this particular one, it's about situations in River State. In case you don't know, you need to read up on situations in River State. It's a whole lot. But then this headline from the Punch newspaper still says Wike ends local government tours. Assembly alleges plot to stall Fubara's impeachment. Well, the House of Assembly are trying, or is trying, sorry, to impeach Fubara. And according to report, they've given Fubara 7-day notice. This week is likely to be a showdown in River State. But let's wait and see what will happen. According to reports, the president is planning to have a meeting with Wike and also Fubara in order, or maybe he has had the meeting because I heard something about the meeting, but I'm not sure if the meeting has taken place. But then for now, let's see what will happen this week in River State. But from this headline, let's read details. Lawmakers of the River State House of Assembly have alleged that they uncovered a plot by certain individuals linked to the executive arm of the state government to obtain a court order preventing the legislature from performing its function. This comes as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, ended his tour of the 23 local government areas of the state. A statement issued in Port Harcourt on Sunday by the chairman of the House Committee on Information, Petitions and Complaints, Dr. Enemi George, said the alleged plot involves securing an experte order from a River State High Court operating outside Port Harcourt, their state capital. Last Thursday, the lawmakers led by the Speaker, Martins Amaule, formally commenced impeachment proceedings against the state governor, Siminalai Fubara, and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu. This week is going to be a great week filled with a lot of stories coming from River State. Away from that headline, still with the Punch newspaper, this one hurts so very much, and it concerns Chimamanda Adichie, a woman who has given her best to the whole world and also always showing to the whole world, always proud to come out and say, I am a Nigerian. And well, This story concerns her and her child. She lost her child recently. So the headline from the Punch newspaper says Chimamanda's lawyers write Lagos hospital doctor suspended. Solicitors acting for renowned Nigerian author Chimamanda Adichie have written to Eurocare Multi Specialist Hospital Lagos over the death of her 21-year-old son, Nkanu Namdi. This comes as the Lagos state government confirmed the suspension of the anesthesiologist at the clinic as probes continue into the circumstances surrounding the child's death. In a legal notice dated January 10, 2026, solicitors acting for Chimamanda and her partner, Dr. Ivara Isege, alleged that the hospital, its anesthesiologist, and attending medical personnel breached their duty of care owed to their son, who died in the early hours of Wednesday, January 7, 2026. It's really a very sad one for her and her family. And we pray that the soul of Nkanu Namdi will rest in peace. And also, we hope that there will be something, a closure for the family, just to, survive this particular trial. It's a very great one, an irreparable loss. May the soul of the boy rest in peace. Away from that story, this one is it concerns Dangote retailers, marketers. I think ever since we had Dangote refinery in Nigeria, it has been from one war to the other. There was a particular time it was having an issue with NNPCL, the part where NNPCL said he will have to pay in dollars to get crude oil. The federal government intervened and he was told to pay, okay, you pay in naira to get crude oil. And also there was a part where he had an issue with Petron and also with marketers. It's a whole lot. And now it's with retailers. Now, the story is from the Punch newspaper. Price war. Retailers drop petrol below Dangote's 739 naira per litre. The price war in the petroleum sector has continued to deepen as some retail outlets have dropped the prices of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, below the 739 naira per litre recommended by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. The Punch reports that since the Dangote refinery slashed petrol pump prices from about 900 naira to 739 naira in December, many importers and depot owners have lamented mounting losses. To remain competitive, many operators were forced to sell petrol at rates below their cost. During a survey over the weekend, our Punch correspondent observed that some filling stations now sell PMS cheaper than MRS oil, the main partner endorsed by the Dangote refinery to champion the price reduction to 739 naira per litre. To some, the competition is great because that means they will serve Nigerians better. And to some, it's not good for business. But let's wait and see how this whole thing, will pan out. Okay, so away from that, let's move on to the Platform Times. And from the Platform Times, there's this one from Katsina State. Outrage as Katsina plans release of 70 banditry suspects. The Katsina state government has come under intense criticism following plans to secure the release of 70 suspects standing trial for alleged banditry, a move it insists is central to sustaining ongoing peace accords across troubled parts of the state. Defending the decision, the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru Mohazu, said the proposed release was part of a broader reconciliation strategy designed to halt years of killings, abductions, and violent attacks in several frontline local government areas. Moazu said the peace arrangement, which spans at least 15 local government areas, has already yielded results, including the release of about 1,000 persons abducted by armed groups. It's from the Platform Times. You can go on and read further on that particular one. Moving away from that to this one from the EFCC, still from the Platform Times. Why we delay high profile corruption trials, says the EFCC. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has defended the slow pace of prosecuting high profile corruption cases, insisting that delays are a result of painstaking investigations and not institutional inertia. The chairman of the commission, Ola Olukoyede, said complex corruption cases involving politically exposed persons require extensive evidence gathering before charges can be filed in court. Olukoyede stated this during an interview on Sunday Politics aired by Channels Television amid growing public criticism that the anti-graft agency shields influential politicians from prosecution. True, false, false, true. We really don't know what the situation is like. But then some people would say that in Western world, before police or any agency can make arrest, they would have done their investigation, have all the evidence before they arrest anyone, and then they go straight to court and get it all sorted. But some are saying, and also on the other hand, some are saying that in Nigeria, it is always a case of we arrest them, we start investigating, because why expose them as being corrupt and then you're stalling when it comes to trying them out? So are we trying to say that we don't have the evidence before we arrest them, or we are trying to arrest them and see if we can gather something against them? It's a whole lot of drama out there. But then let's move away from that and move on to this one. It concerns the health sector and is going to be our last one for today. Resident doctors suspend planned strike after Shetima's intervention, from the Platform Times website. Resident doctors across the country have suspended their planned resumption of strike following what the leadership of the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, described as firm commitment from the federal government and the direct intervention of Vice President Kashim Shettima. The decision was reached on Sunday during a virtual emergency meeting of the association's National Executive Council, where members received the status of their demands and their progress made through engagement with government agencies. NARD's Secretary General, Dr. Shaibu Ibrahim, said the suspension of the proposed industrial action, codenamed TICS 2.0, was strategic and conditional, stressing that the association had not abandoned its demands. The story is from the Platform Times website, so you can go there and catch up on the rest of the story. Thank you also very much for joining me on today's edition of News Updates with Maryam. I look forward to bringing you more updates tomorrow, God willing. So don't forget to subscribe and also share with your loved ones. Kindly follow back and keep the notification button on. Thank you and do have a lovely week ahead. Bye.